Good evening. Is this on? Yep. Good evening and welcome to our annual graduate recognition event. This evening we will celebrate Ohio University Eastern students who have completed their degrees during the summer or the fall semester. My name is Dr. Jeremy Webster and I serve as the Interim Dean of the campus. It is my pleasure to welcome you. We're getting louder and louder here. And to thank you for being with us as we recognize and congratulate our newest graduates, 10 of whom are here this evening. I would like to introduce the individuals on the stage. Joining me are Dr. Warren Galbreath, the Interim Associate Dean of our campus, Dr. Sejin Dow, our Academic Division Coordinator, Dan Milleson, our Austin Furbee Award recipient, and our speaker this evening, retired Judge Harry White, a member of our Eastern Coordinating Council. Also joining us is Kate Roby and Dana Wright from Alumni Relations in Athens. I'll now turn it over to Dr. Sejin Dow, who will introduce our faculty and staff who have joined us to recognize the achievements of our graduates. Welcome, Dr. Dow.
Thank you. So, honored guests, I'm the faculty chair, or people call division coordinator of the Eastern Campus. And here at the Eastern Campus, we have the best group of faculty of Ohio. And down there, here are a few of my colleagues. So I'm going to start from Mr. Steve Whitlinger, Mr. Michael Shaw, Dr. Mary Lachansky, Dr. Tom Flynn, Dr. Sarah Mayhem Hayes, Mrs. Lisa Jeffries, Mrs. Jennifer Kellner Muska, Mrs. Diane Nicholson, and also up there in the sound booth, Mr. Jay Morris and Mrs. Laurie Poe. All right, so, okay.
We are pleased to have the opportunity to recognize the students who have reached the milestone of completing a college degree program. Celebrating the achievements of our students is a joyous occasion, which we are proud to host this evening. The mission of Ohio University Eastern is to provide access to affordable and high-quality educational opportunities to residents of the Upper Ohio Valley. Ohio University Eastern began operations to meet the higher education needs of returning veterans who had served in World War II and those non-traditional students looking for affordable education in the area. That was a proud beginning, and our campus has helped meet the higher education needs of thousands of area residents since then, very likely some of you in the audience this evening. Those of you being recognized tonight join a long and illustrious list of Ohio University graduates from this campus. Now, to bring congratulations on behalf of our faculty, it is my pleasure to introduce Dan Milleson. Please join me in welcoming Dan.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Dan Milleson. I was here during the years of 2008 to 2010 and played basketball here and really enjoyed my time. And it caught me at an important time in my life and kind of kept me on the right track. So thank you to OUE for this honor. And again, thank you for being there for me when I needed you once upon a time. And congratulations, graduates. Behind me are mothers and fathers, sisters and brothers, sons and daughters, grown adults who have come to this institution for a new start or second chance. Great employees, I'm sure, whose employers may have paid for them to become even better employees. Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed 20-somethings, eager to get their life started. And I'll bet all of these groups share something in common today. Probably three emotions, at the very least: deep appreciation for this moment, gratitude for those who helped them get here, and complete and utter relief. Two types of relief, I think. Thank God it's over, and thank God I'm capable of this, and I can believe in myself. So, graduates, Do yourself a favor, take a deep breath. Come on. Let out a sigh of relief. You can believe in yourselves. Okay, congratulations. Now enjoy this feeling while it lasts, because that mind of yours is going to begin to play a trick on you. The more days that go by, the weaker the feeling of accomplishment will get. That come down will sneak up on you. Moments of victory like today are here. They're savored, appreciated, then gone. This is the way that we humans are wired, and this regression to the mean is also why days like this are so important in hindsight. So tomorrow, or maybe right this moment, you should ask, now what? What is the next step in your career? How can you improve and make a greater impact? What helps you fill in between these big moments and build toward the next? So I've had this problem with every good thing that I've tried to do in my life. I don't know that I'm qualified to be speaking here, but here's what I've done. I went to school here, as I mentioned, for 3 years, played basketball, probably didn't take my grades as seriously as I should have, looking back. Finished a business degree at Ohio University. Kicked the can down the road as an associate insurance agent for a few years, and was extraordinarily unhappy in my early 20s. But then one day when I was 23, unhappy as I was, I may or may not have been out a little too late and didn't make it into work the following day. My father, who was also my boss at the time, who I lived with at the time, who I fully expected to tear into me, fire me, kick me out of the house, just slowly walked down the stairs, and his footsteps sounded like Thor walking down. And he said that I needed to make my mind up, that I needed to make my mind up about who I was. And for 1 year after that, I put my head down, and I went to work as hard as I could go. And when I came up for air, things felt slightly different. I had the respect of my coworkers. I had proven a few things to the old man, and I had developed a sense of self-confidence that I knew what I was doing at work. And so a few months after that, my father expressed to me that he was retiring and that he thought I could buy the company, convince our partner Nationwide Insurance to sign the contract with me, and make the business my own. So that's what I did. And everything else I've done since I was 23 years old has been possible because someone extended a hand to me and showed me a moment of grace when I had been in the middle of weakness, self-loathing, and some sadness. So I caught a break. And one thing I know about myself, and I'm sure that I can say about each one of you, is that when someone extends a hand to you in your time of need, you simply do not let that person down. And so it's nice to be in an intimate setting tonight where I can tell you a personal story like that and also give you some practical advice, just friend to friend. And this is just stuff that's worked for me post-graduation. I wanted what I said tonight to be of use rather than just be a sermon. So if you have your phones on you right now, you can get those out and you can type some of this stuff into your notes app, or you can just text someone to firm up some plans for later, whatever you feel inclined to do. But so again, I'm not saying that this is for everybody, but this is just an example of kind of what I do, and there might be something in here for you. So the alarm rings in the morning, I get up, I chug 16 ounces of water, get in my truck before I can stop myself, and I try to get 45 minutes of some form of physical exercise in at the gym. Sure, it makes you feel better physically, but for me, mentally, I've already beaten the resistance of staying in bed, and I have some momentum. That's important. I come back to my house and immediately shower, eat something that was grown in the ground or that roams along the countryside, and then sit down to read a newspaper at my computer. And then I write in a 5-minute journal. The 5-minute journal is $25. You can look at those online, and it gives you a few writing prompts. It says, what am I grateful for? You list 3 things. This is every day. What would make today great? List 3 things. And then daily affirmations. There's 2 things. You can say, I am X, I am Y. And then I walk out of my house most mornings, and I've already become privy to what's going on around me with the paper, inside me with the journal. I've ate some food. I've made sure that my hygiene is generally okay, and I've been physically active. And that has helped me dramatically. It's changed my life. In situations I encounter for the rest of the day, I feel more patient about. I feel happier. I'm more engaged in conversation. And I have more time or have more things to talk about thanks to knowing what's going on around me. So a great place to start when you get in the car is with audiobooks. $15 a month. You can get Audible. It gives you one free book every month. You can play that over your phone and then over your speakers in your car. And podcasts are free. Spotify, when you have too much on your mind to just listen to music, is $12.99 a month. So you can get all this stuff done before you're even at work. So with audiobooks, a great place to start would be biographies of people who you admire or want to be like. It's like a cheat code for life. So start there. So every day I carry with me a legal paper-sized portfolio with me everywhere I go, which constantly has a running to-do list on the legal pad, and I constantly cross through what gets accomplished and add to it. I like the feeling of drawing lines through tasks to know that they're finished, and then also when I write something down, it burns into my memory. Again, this is just me, but could work for you. I run my entire life through a Google Calendar that is accessible on my phone, on desktops, and everything goes in there. Friends' birthdays, appointments, all that stuff. And I'm sure many of you do that now. But give yourself that gift if you don't do it. It's made life a lot easier. So getting down to the end here. Create your own home laboratory or sanctuary. This is where you can plan, research, set goals, finish projects, read, or just think. Try to find a nook if a room isn't available. Surround yourself with your interests. Make some space for you to be able to write. Put a computer there. Burn some incense. Get the spirit up. And really make it a place that you like going to. In regard to spirit, here's a few more things. Give meditation a shot. Give long walks in nature a shot. Give yoga a shot. Not that I do all this, but I know it works for some people. 5-hour separations from your phone twice weekly. That'll help. Humans aren't meant to look in screens all day long. And so it's good to schedule time to separate yourself from those things. Close confidants and friends. What's life if you don't have anybody to share it with? We need someone to be accountable to tell our sorrows and our triumphs to. We need people to care. We need people who care to tell us when we're going to do something stupid. And we need to make these people a priority. Mentors. This has helped me out tremendously in life. Find someone smarter than you at work, in your family, at church, at a community event, and try to demonstrate some value to them. And in return, just ask them to have lunch with you once a month or twice or once every 2 months. And this person can be someone you ask professional questions to, personal questions, and it's not mom or dad or uncle or aunt, just somebody out there that's doing what you want to eventually do. Fail upward. If you're not scaring yourself, if you're not slightly out of your depth, if you're not frequently in a room where you might be the weakest link, you're in the wrong place. Long-term comfort does not yield long-term happiness. Take a risk and you'll start to see things are happening for you instead of to you. So I have one thing to leave you with, and it's a thought and perspective exercise. I hope you can hang with me through this. A picture was taken in 1990 from Voyager 1, about 3.7 billion miles away from planet Earth. And you can pull it up on your phones if you guys are making those plans right now. But if you look at that picture, there was a speech by a man named Carl Sagan, who was an astrophysicist, but an author, a science popularizer. And this image shows the Earth impossibly far away, as tiny as a blip on a screen, and it's suspended in a sunbeam. But if you can imagine that in your head for a second, the distant image of the Earth, this is what he said in this speech in 1994. So, from this distant vantage point, the Earth might not seem of any particular interest, but for us, it's different. Consider again that dot. That's here, that's home, that's us. On it, everyone you love, everyone you know, everyone you've ever heard of, every human being who ever was, lived out their lives. The aggregate of our joy and suffering, thousands of confident religions, ideologies, economic doctrines, Every hunter, every forager, every hero and coward, every creator and destroyer of civilization, every king and peasant, every young couple in love, every mother and father, hopeful child, inventor, explorer, every teacher of morals, every corrupt politician, every superstar, every supreme leader, every saint and sinner in the history of our species lived there on a mote of dust suspended in a sunbeam. The earth is a very small stage in a vast cosmic arena. Think of the rivers of blood spilled by all those generals and emperors so that in glory and triumph they could become the momentary masters of a fraction of a dot. Think of the endless cruelties visited by the inhabitants of one corner of this pixel on the scarcely distinguishable inhabitants of some other corner. How frequent their misunderstandings, how eager they are to kill one another, how fervent their hatreds, our posturings, our imagined self-importance, the delusion that we have some privileged position in this universe are challenged by this pale point of light. Our planet is a lonely speck in the great enveloping cosmic dark. In our obscurity, in all this vastness, there is no hint that will help us, that will help from elsewhere to save us from ourselves. The earth is the only world known so far to harbor life. There is nowhere else, at least in the near future, to which our species could migrate. Visit, yes. Settle, not yet. Like it or not, for this moment, Earth is where we make our stand. It has been said that astronomy is a humbling and character-building experience. There is perhaps no better demonstration of the folly of human conceits in this distant image of our tiny world. To me, it underscores our responsibility to deal more kindly with one another and to preserve and cherish the pale blue dot, the only home we've ever known. Congratulations, graduates, and thank you for having me.
Thank you, Dan, for those inspiring thoughts. I'm Dr. Warren Galbreath. I am the Interim Associate Dean here on Eastern's campus. I know you probably saw that everyone has a script here, but I'm moving away from the script a little bit. It's just my way of doing things. Today we have these 12 vibrant young individuals here that are graduating from Ohio University today. These are very special people. These are very special people in the eyes of you all, their family, of us, the faculty and staff, and of the community. Each of you came to campus with dreams. You all had roadblocks. You learned how to tackle those roadblocks in order to be able to accomplish those dreams that you wanted to have. And you've accomplished those dreams because you're now going to be graduating today from Ohio University. Each of you have a unique support system. Some of you, your support system is right here, watching you graduate. You've got your parents, your family, your loved ones. You've got the staff and faculty of OUE. We're also your support. And you should be proud of your accomplishments, but we should also be proud of the accomplishments that you've actually made. Now, I never leave a podium here without giving a challenge. And I've got a challenge for you all as young graduates. As you look down the road, I challenge you. Please continue to ask yourself, how can I make this a better world? Each of you have the opportunity to do that. Whose lives can I impact in a positive way? That's something that you should be thinking about on a regular basis. Growing up, my hero was Roberto Clemente. Some of you probably don't even know who Roberto Clemente is, but he was a great baseball player for the Pittsburgh Pirates. And he once had a quote that's cited often that sticks in my mind, and I would hope would stick in your mind too. He stated, if you have a chance to accomplish something that will make things better for people coming behind you, and you don't do it, you're wasting your time on this earth. So keep that in mind as you go forward and continue life here on this earth. Okay, now it's time to recognize you all. This was for the summer and the fall graduates of Ohio University Eastern. The one thing I want to make sure that you all are aware of is this is a celebration. So I don't want you to be sitting on your hands. I don't want you to be thinking about, oh, I can't say anything. I want you to be cheering and supporting these individuals who have an accomplishment, the accomplishment that they've made. So Dean Webster, I present, and staff, faculty, and guests, I present to you the graduates for graduation this evening. We're going to recognize these graduates. Dean Webster is going to join me at, he's over here by the tree. I've lost my, as I call graduates, as I call you your name, please come forward to the stage and get your certificate from the dean, and then you will then go back and get your gifts from the Alumni Association. I present the graduates with associate's degree in applied science, Brittany Hodgson. With a bachelor's degree in arts, Faith Bickle Brown, cum laude. Hannah Littman. Tom Perkins. Yep. I see I went across the line instead of down. Sorry, I saw Max ready to go, and then Max McKeever. With a bachelor's of science in applied management, Michaela Jackson. A bachelor's of science in communication, Jacob Barrett. With a bachelor's degree of science in education, Janelle Blue. Cum laude. Bailey Nickerson, cum laude. Sorry I did it again, but Maybe I'll catch up here. Catherine Moore. Daisha Thompson. And with a Bachelor's of Science in Sports and Lifestyle Studies, Mark Tyler Miller.
So this is, of course, our commencement ceremony. And with ceremonies, there's lots of ritual, tradition, and symbolism. And we are about to participate in what is probably the best one. So graduates, please stand. As a symbol of graduating from Ohio University and completing all of the requirements of your degrees, please move your tassel from the left to the right. Yeah, definitely. Left to right, right to left, yeah. Right. Whatever. Move it to the other side. Congratulations, you are now graduates of Ohio University. So again, congratulations and best wishes to each of you as you embark on the next chapters of your lives. Thanks to all of the families and friends for joining us to celebrate your graduates' achievements and for supporting them as they completed their degrees. You all had an important role to play in their success. Special thanks to those individuals who helped plan and coordinate this event. Let's give them a round, please. We hope that you will stay for refreshments in the lobby area just outside the theater doors. We also hope that you will take a moment to capture some special photographs to help you remember this special evening. And I see we have Rufus as our cutout out there, so you'll want a picture with him for sure. Again, thank you from all of us for being with us this evening, and best wishes from everyone at Ohio University Eastern for a wonderful holiday season and a joyous and prosperous 2020. As the recessional begins, please stand and remain standing until the faculty and graduates have exited. And now, please rise.